Sheila dropped a super chat. Just $5
go,
super chat.
Sheila.
She says, "What do you guys think about Kobe seeking power and getting corrupted? Emu / Joy Boy parallel. Kobe / Luffy maybe."
I've talked to Sheila about this before, and this stems from Kobe being the new generation version of Garp to some extensive parallels, and we don't see him keeping up with everything Luffy has with just hockey. This is where Seb was even coming from on the last stream, where he was like, "Hey, I think Kobe could have got the flare free. That could have been a cool possibility for him." So, do any of you guys think, hey, possibly we're going to be getting a Kobe Devil Fruit reveal in the future? Or if not, to Sheila's question, do you think that there's a chance that Kobe faces corruption? I don't think he faces corruption. I think he's going to stay
Yeah.
pure. But I do think there is the possibility that he gets a Devil Fruit. That is possible. That's possible, in my opinion. That's
He
possible.
has to be facing some real sick tragedy for him to like turn heel. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got to really see that. All right, yeah, being a Marine is not it, and I need to do more. And I gotta go get it. I gotta go get. I gotta get it. I gotta do more. You know, so
Yeah.
he has to like lose everything. And I don't see that happening. I see he has a lot of support around him. Garb made that happen. Garb made sure he had all that support around him. I don't think he wants his prodigy to even have any type of chance to flip, to be frank.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be corrupted either.
I mean, I had a third option. It doesn't exist in the story, but like,
let's do it.
What's up? What's up? What are you talking about?
So like, it's based off Emu's omen in there. So I've like for the longest time, I've like theorized about the fact that there was this type of abyssal or demonic hockey where you use the spirits of. Remember how we talked about last stream about human spirits within the souls that human spirits within the abyss that Emu's collecting. So this would be also what Emu was using as their power. That's the Maki. It's the demon souls. It's human souls that are trapped in the abyss, trapped in darkness. But I believe there's an opposing end to that. See, people think it's going to be like Luffy sharing his like power and stuff. I don't think any of that's happening. I think it has to do with hockey actually, and the people who show it, possibly the first person who's shown it was Shanks. That hockey griffin he's shown, a possible manifestation of his own spirit or the human spirit itself, rather than this demonic spirit from the abyss. So I think that might be the opposing power that Kobe awakens, his animalistic nature or animalistic spirit. Like, I don't know what animal represents Kobe. Pretty sure it's a flamingo, but the same way Shanks manifests that hockey griffin, that creature that fights with him, and he's just straight hockey, Kobe would do the same thing, but he'd fight with his own. He's literally fighting with his spirit, essentially. It'd literally be fighting with his spirit, but within the story, manifesting his own animalistic spirit. A big thing in the story is people get symbolized with animals. I mean, think about all the warlords, and they're seraphims now. S-Hawk, S-Bear, S-Snake. You know, everybody's got a symbolic animal. So.
Right.
Yeah,
It doesn't exist, but just a thought, maybe opposing side to the Maki that we already have within the story.
Yeah, no, I could definitely agree with that. I think personally for me, I think his, I guess you could say his last stretch effort as far as his speech in Marineford, and then the whole, the Rocky Port incident keeps on being brought up with him, and now he has like ties to Blackbeard. I feel like now he's becoming that figure within the Marines that, he might become. I don't want to give him that title, but in the future, he might be like the Marine of freedom. Like he might be the true embodiment, like the Luffy for the Marine side. So like everything that shows like contextually and narratively for him, he just seems like he's like, I think Sword is like the perfect thing that Oda could have did for Kobe, in my opinion, because it shows that he has this entitlement to the Marines, but on the separate side, it's like, okay, he truly is in this for the freedom. Not saying that Garp can't turn sides and like, turn against the Marines, but it's like Kobe really seems like he's on like a Luffy path with the Marines. And so I feel like if you were to put him at like end game, he might have just like what Quo was saying, like this embodiment where it's like he's actually fighting with complete effort of trying to provide freedom, trying to separate the world from hatred, trying to separate the world from, building animosities amongst each other. Because to him, I think, in my personal opinion, with just using context, I don't think he really thinks that pirates and Marines should be fighting against each other. So I could definitely see that embodiment coming for him.
I totally agree with that Kobe kind of sees the idea that we should be together on both sides, kind of working.
I don't necessarily think Kobe's like more of the liberation marine or the free sense of marine. I think I'll say honest, but I would
Mhm.
like or righteous, but I wouldn't say free. If I were to go there, I'd go towards
Can I
smoker
ask you a
because
question, Dominica? Really quick?
smoker actually embodies a lot of Gart. But go ahead, my fault.
I just want to ask you, like, before you get like past it, because I might forget it. If
Hmm.
you don't like, since you don't think Kobe's a liberator, just a quick
I'm not
hypothetical.
saying he's not a liberator. I'm
Well, you
saying
don't think
that
he's a
liberation
liberator
isn't. Yeah, that's not
for
his
Marine?
thing. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not like
I
liberation isn't
agree.
his thing. That's what I'm saying. That's not his theme.
My one
But go
question
ahead.
for you would be hypothetically, if Kobe were
Hmm.
to say end up like closer to an admiral position where he in this Holy Land possibly, right? And
Yeah.
he were to see the enslaved in front of him and what the Celestials do you think Kobe would sit there and watch it happen, or would he would do something? I'm just curious.
No, he wouldn't do something. He would want to do something, but he wouldn't because Garp has made sure he understands who's in charge, who the powers that be. That's why he works in an organization like Sword in the first place. Because you can't do the good things you would want to do, you can't do them being a righteous marine, thorough all the way. We see how hard smokers had to deal with that. So you have to be in an organization like Sword that allows you to be flexible and maneuver the way you would like. That's how I see it. That's why even in Film Z, Garp is asking, I mean, Kobe's asking him, like, yo, so Garp, you knew Zed? Like, you know what I mean? He hears Son Goku and Garp talking about Zed. He's like, oh, so y'all knew him? Like he was a former admiral? Like, why is he turning this? If he's a former admiral, why is he doing this? Because what he's doing is damn near genocide. Endpoints? What is he doing? And Garp told him, this is his story. This is what happened. And I personally felt Kobe felt a little sentimental for him, but Kobe still knew he was being wrong though at the same time. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of just look at Kobe more so like,
But you're given
oh,
like
go
you think
ahead.
about Zephyr. Zephyr's got some context of like, I mean, he's being wrong, but he's doing wrong. Like he's mid doing wrong.
No, that's what I said. Kobe. That's what I said. Kobe feels him sentimentally, but what he is doing still is wrong.
But
Kobe's
in the
not gonna
context of
is
like
not gonna
saving
rock with Zeph.
slaves, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like I'm trying to give like a better situation. Like you're walking through the Holy Land, or like Kobe's in the Holy Land with
No, you're not
slaves,
wrong.
or
Contextually, you're not wrong. But this is why I feel like Garth kept Kobe from things like that. He
you
kept
don't think
Kobe where
Kobe's seen any of
he,
that
you
yet.
know, yeah, he hasn't. And I think Garth has made there's a reason for that. Like one, his rank ain't all the way up there yet. But two, Garth's protecting him and we're seeing, making sure that this guy only needs to be doing what he needs to do. He doesn't need to be worrying about the slave right now. Same thing they said in the live action. Well, Meppo told him, you still got to learn the ways of the world. Like you got to learn. Like we gonna rock with warlords, bro. That's gonna happen. Zed
Yeah.
threw a fit about it. He left the Marines. He said, "You Marines are pathetic. You're weak." That's what he's saying. Kobe, I'm pretty sure would probably feel somewhat close to that, but he wouldn't give the message off the same way Zed did. He'd go about it differently, and the way he has to go about doing it, he has to be in a position where he can be flexible, like he is in Sword. He can't be something. He can't be something where it's like we can't get Kobe being too, what's the word? Like too hesitant. We can't get that right now because where the narrative is going. Kobe got to be able to, like, we don't need to keep seeing doubt from him. We need to see him go on and on and on. So we don't put him in those rooms just yet because
No.
he's not ready for that yet. When Kobe gets put in that room and something like that's happening in his face, he'll be at the power level where if he do lash out, he can hold his own weight when he does it. If Kobe was to see them now as Captain Kobe, he's not doing nothing. Greenbull will check him so quick. That's not even a
Well,
game.
I'm not
You
saying if
know what I
he
mean?
could win the fight or anything like that. I'm just saying
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah. No,
Kobe
I'm saying
like
period.
he's trying to break the collar, like
Their
save the
order,
slaves.
they'll tell him like get in line, like follow orders, do what you're supposed to be doing. Like they'll get on that.
Yeah,
They'll
he
take his
probably
honest justice and make it absolute real quick. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, he
You
probably
feel
would
me?
absolute and quick. Damn.
I'm telling you, they not playing with that.
You're right. You're right.
Sakazuki's up there. They're not playing with none of that right now. Telling
You're
you, you
right.
got Greenbow out here trying to earn stripes for this
All
man.
those, all those fodder,
He's
all
such a
those fodder up
Sakazuki,
there.
Sakazuki glazer, bro. Like he loves that man so much.
That's a fact.
Facts.
This is
I
my
will
dog.
say to my answer to the question, I've tossed around the idea of Kobe getting a devil fruit. I initially was against it because I was like, he's probably gonna go down the path of Garp. But it's like, to everyone's point, he really does need something more. And I like where you were going, Quell, because that would be a good move for him. But you know, definitely he's got to get over the doubt. That's a big thing that's holding him back. Honestly, Impact was cool. But Oda's already telling us that he's, you know, he was on that final spread of who's going to be, you know, fighting for the One Piece. I'm not going to hold you, man. Honesty Impact is not going to be enough. So I do think a quick way to get him there would be a fruit. I'm not mad at the fruit idea.
I would agree. I would fully agree that Koby could, a fruit wouldn't, that'd really get him. Honestly, I would, because, I mean, if Koby were to get a devil fruit in combination with the possible conquest hockey he has, I mean, shit, it's a whole new character you got right there, man.
Exactly.
So and
also in line with that, cut out the doubt. He's scary. Cut out the wavering and just, you know, that's why I want to see what he is now after Hachinosu. What does Koby look like now? Like, are you past all the wavering and all the doubting of yourself because of what you did, you know, or are you still kind of shaky? I think when I see him again, I'll be able to tell, you know, how close he is to where I want to see him, like final, you know, in the series. But I'd imagine with where Oda is with One Piece, he would have to be good now. We can't do the wavering.
We're gonna see locked in.
Yeah, Garp told him, and this is what's it called? Rayleigh said this. Rayleigh said, you know, the power to overwhelm, to have no doubts and to overwhelm. That's what he explained Conqueror's Haki. Go back to Garp on Hachinosu. He said, don't hesitate. Literally told him, stop with the doubts. Don't hesitate. So Garp kind of revitalized the Conqueror's Haki speech, or just that in general, the whole hockey speech, with the little speech of telling Koby to do certain orders. And Garp knows Koby can't do this on his own. He can't do this on his own. But if I issue an order, he's gonna listen to his sensei. That's just what it is. He might doubt himself. Basically, if you've seen Gurren Lagann, believe in me, believe in the me that believes in you. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me who believes in you. That's what Garp was doing with Koby. Like, hey, you're doubting, having hesitate, but they're gonna always follow an order out of Garp's mouth. They were all literally like worried, and then the moment he said go, flash that. Oh shit, where'd they go? That's legit how it looks in the anime. Like, go watch. They were all doubting it, and as soon as Garp said go, the boys are gone. You feel me? Helmeppo said, "Listen, I don't know what I'm about to do, but I'm about to go 1v1 with this cannonball real quick." Like, you feel me? I'm just saying, man.